grim. Sits in a room in a small hotel in Chongqing, China. She points an ugly-looking gun at her visitor, a certain General Chang, and bids him remain seated if he values his life. In a nearby chair sits April Kane, frightened, confused, and bewildered. Meanwhile, Terry Lee and Pat Ryan and Connie are speeding toward Chongqing, and we'll join them in just a minute. But say, Terry and the Pirates is brought to you by the makers of Libby's Pineapple Juice, one of Libby's 100 famous foods. If there's one kid I feel sorry for, it's the boy or girl who forgets to send for his Terryscope. Why, when I think what that kid's missing, the thrills and fun and the excitement, it's enough to make me really feel bad. You see, this Terryscope is something mighty special. It actually has 8 exciting features. It shows you how to work a secret Chinese code, and the Morse code, too, and how to flash messages at night. There are games on this Terryscope, a treasure hunt game with a special playing board, and a crazy picture game that you'll sure have fun with and put you in stitches. But all these things are just extra features. They're plenty exciting, all right, but the real payoff is this. This Terryscope is the exact duplicate of the one Terry invented and put together in the show. You remember when he did it. He got some pieces of mirror from Burma and April and some cardboard from Connie and made a Terryscope. And you know what this Terryscope has meant to our friends and their adventures. Boy, they've sure got out of some mighty hot places with its help. Well, now, naturally, anybody would be keen to have a Terryscope like that. One that lets them see around corners and way up over their heads. And that's exactly what you can have for just $1 and 2 Libby's labels. Yes, that's actually the offer that Libby is making. For a limited time only, you can get a Terryscope for just 10 cents and 2 Libby's labels. Sounds like a bargain, doesn't it? And believe me, it is. So get your 2 Libby's labels right away. One from Libby's tomato juice and one from Libby's pineapple juice. Print your full name, age, and address on the back of one, and then mail them along with a dime to Terry in care of Libby's, Chicago, Illinois. It's an easy address to remember. Just Terry in care of Libby's, Chicago, Illinois. Libby's is spelled Libbys. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if those labels you need were in your house already. You've probably asked your mother to get the delicious Libby's tomato juice and Hawaiian pineapple juice that we told you about on this program. And she may very well have some in the pantry. So go look right after the show, and if the cans of juices aren't there, see if you can't run out and buy some, and send for your Terryscope at once. Mail your labels and dime with your full name and address to Terry, care of Libby's, Chicago, Illinois. And now, Terry and the Pirates. While Burma holds General Chang at bay in the hotel room, let's join Terry and Pat and Connie. They are headed toward the Chongqing airport. Beside Terry is the precious radio, the amazing new portable transmitter which has caused so much trouble. Terry clutches his homemade Terryscope in one hand as he says,
"Golly, Pat, I wish this Terryscope could see 3 miles ahead."
Well, you can signal 3 miles ahead if you could flash a light in through the mirrors.
I mean, I wish I knew what was going on in Chongqing. And if April's all right in Burma. Yeah, and Dude.
Well, we'll be at the airport in a few minutes. If Dude's plane is there, then we'll find him.
Wish we could hide this radio gadget in some safe place. Like carrying dynamite around to have it with me.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll get to Hennick. He'll take us to the Army headquarters. I want to see General Chang.
Who's General Chang?
Well, he's the fellow who knows Dude and wants to buy the radio invention.
There. That must be the airport, Pat.
Yeah, that's it. I'm glad to get that Chinese mountain and Utong behind me. Chongqing is a paradise beside Utong.
Well, I hope Dude's here and the girls are safe.
They may not even recognize us, Terry. Now take a good look at me. How do I look?
You look like you've been sleeping in a ditch. You haven't shaved, and you have a black eye from that fight with Steele, and
I feel just like I look. Yeah, with a shave and a bath, and 40 hours of sleep will fix all that. You could do a little soap and water yourself, and as for Connie... Say, is he still in the back seat?
Yeah, Connie's a mess, too. But he's already catching up on his sleep.
Well, there's the gate, leading to the airfield.
Hey, Pat, look, that fellow coming out. running like a calf in a prairie fire.
It's Dude Hennick. What's he running for?
Hiya, dude. He can't hear you. Honk the horn.
I'll swing over and get as close to him as I can. Hennick's off. I have to run him down. Hiya, Duty. Where's the fire? You get things for speed.
Some of you fellas ought to get a good shot at it.
Well, as I live and breathe, it's Pat and Terry.
Yeah, and Connie. Hiya, dude.
Oh, bless Beth. Where'd you gents come from, Oot-Hone? Where'd you get the snort wagon?
Oh, it's a long story. I'll tell you about my next birthday party.
Well, we got the radio transmitter, dude. Got it right here with... Yeah, and hey, do you want to see a thing I built called the Terry-scope? It's a... Oh, yeah, you saw it back in New Tongue when we were locked in.
Later. Just now, I'm on my way to interview some trouble.
What's up?
I don't know exactly. I called the hotel room where Burma and April are staying. Burma gave me a crazy line of talk, and from what I can make out, she wants me to act like a Marine and get to her room. But what?
Why, what could the trouble be? Couldn't be over the invention. We got that right here in the car.
Where's the hotel, dude?
Just down the road, a quarter of a mile. Small place, about 6 stories, maybe less. Come on, park this gas buggy over there by the airport fence, and let's go to the hotel.
Look, hop out, Terry.
Yeah, okay.
I'll run it over there. I'll leave Connie to watch the car. Be right with you.
Think there's trouble, huh, dude?
Yeah, it wasn't anything Burma said, but I always call their room every hour or so. Burma used to say that if he ever answered the phone and didn't make sense, then that was my cue that something was wrong and to come a-running.
Golly, what'll I do with this little box? Caused plenty of trouble, and here I am lugging it around under my arm like it was a loaf of bread.
Yeah, we ought to get that to the Chinese Army headquarters as soon as... Yeah, I'd like General Chang to see it.
Hey, where do we see Chang?
Well, I'll have to fly you and Pat there. No place for April and Burma, though. They can stay here in Chongqing.
Well, gents, let's go.
Say, I was just saying, Pat, we ought to get this transmitter out of our hands in a hurry. Now that we're clear of the Dragon Lady, let's get to General Chang.
Right you are. As soon as we visit the girls and find out what's...
I can't imagine what trouble they could be in.
What kind of a hotel is it, dude?
The best in Chongqing, at the moment, which is the worst. This city isn't as up to date as Chicago or Kansas City.
I was just wondering. There's no use advertising our arrival here. I mean, let's not walk into the hotel lobby with a band and colors flying.
Best you two gents would attract attention anywhere. You look like a couple of Robinson Crusoes. Terry isn't so bad. He hasn't any whiskers. But, Pat, you look like the hermit of the mountains.
Yeah, I know. That's why I say maybe Terry and I ought to stay in the background while you find out what goes on up in the room.
Listen, the Dragon Lady has cows in this town, and I'm not taking any chances. There's a back alley entrance to the hotel. I made sure of that. And a half-hearted fire escape that leads to the roof. Now, here's what we'll do, Pat. You wait downstairs with the invention, and Terry and I will go up the fire escape.
I think that's the best plan, dude.
Hey, this is sure a long climb.
Yeah. What floor is their room on, dude?
The top floor. Mine's just across the hall.
Well, I got my Terry-scope with me.
Good. It'll come in handy.
How can you tell which room is which?
As soon as we get up this ladder on the roof, I'll... Make it all right?
Yeah. We should have stopped to see if anybody was in the hall on the top floor. Somebody outside the girls' room.
I took care of that little detail. There were 2 likely-looking lads in uniform loafing near the front stairs.
Say now, what do you suppose...
I know as much as you do, Terry. Come along, this way. Watch the step. Now then, it's the window just below us. I lined it up with that flagpole across the way.
Oh, it's going to be very easy to bend over and look down into the room.
Yeah? What about your Terry-scope?
Oh, yeah. Here it is. Now, look, all you have to do...
I know. I used it before. If you can look up over something with it, you ought to be able to look down under, too.
Sure. That's what I did when I looked through the hole in the floor back there in Tongue.
Yeah, never mind the past. Let's worry about the future. Now then, you're lighter than I am. You slide out close to the edge and start looking through the mirrors. I'll sit here and hold your feet. You all set?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, take a look. You got your feet tight. You see anything?
Wait a second. Gotta get this thing adjusted. Yeah, I can see in the window now. I can see April and Burma. Burma's got a gun. She's sitting there pointing at somebody. It's a man in a soldier's uniform.
Soldier? I don't get it. Better let me take a look, Terry.
Okay. And The man looks like an officer or something, but why is she holding a gun on him?
Why would an officer visit Burma in April? Hey, you think you can hold me? You can sit on my feet with my legs, and I can bend down and get a good look at this periscope.
Yeah, I'll try.
Look, don't just try it. Best you let me slip. It's 6 floors down to that street.
Okay, dude. I can hold you.
It's an officer, all right. Chinese Army. General's uniform. I'd say, but hey, I never saw him before.
Maybe the fellow wants to make a deal with April. You know, for the invention.
Pull me up, Terry. Hey, I know most of the big boys in the Army, but I've never seen that chap before. Say, do you suppose that fellow in there was Burma in April is one of the Dragon Lady's men?
Well, if he is, then Burma's suspicious. Or else why would she be holding a gun on him?
I've seen enough of this periscope. Come on, I know what we'll do.
What, break the door down to the girl's room?
No. We'll talk to Burma on the phone again. We'll find a vacant room and give her a ring. There's the phone. Now then, we'll find out several things. No reason why Burma can't tell us just what. Hello, operator. Yeah, will you please bring room 611? No. 11 like in 12 on the 11, yeah. You know, Terry, there's something funny about this business.
Yeah, that's what I keep thinking, dude. Oh, the operator room?
Yeah, but that's funny.
No answer?
It's the right room number. Why, we just looked through the window of that room not more than 5 minutes ago from the roof.
And now there's no answer. Come on, dude, this is the time for action. Let's go and see what's happened in that room.
Something has happened in the Burma April room. But we won't find out what it is until later. In just a moment, I'll give you some inside information about things. But first, well, kids, any boy or girl who listens to this show sure ought to have a periscope. But, says you, can any boy or girl get a periscope? And the answer is yes. You yourself can have a periscope exactly like the one they're using in the show. It lets you look around corners, see way up over your head, shows you what's going on behind you. Nobody can put anything over on you when you've got a periscope. And boy, is it a wonder to help you see at parades and ball games and any place where there's a crowd. And say, this periscope is the keenest looking thing. It's lacquered all shiny red and black, and it's got pictures of Burma and Pat and other friends on it. And a great big Chinese dragon, too. But looks are only an extra. It's what the periscope does that's so exciting. Why, you can send 3 kinds of secret messages with it. You can play new games with it, too, and you'll sure get a kick out of the picture of old Big Stoop that's a feature of the periscope. Now, listen carefully while I tell you how to get it. It's yours for only 10 cents and a label from Libby's tomato juice and one from Libby's pineapple juice. Print your full name and address on the back of one label and give your age. Then send them with your dime to Terry in care of Libby's, Chicago, Illinois. Don't put it off, kids. Send it right now. Send for that thrilling periscope. Well, if Jude Hennick was able to look into the room and see the Chinese visitor in there with April and Burma, and if he didn't recognize the man, then General Chang is not the real Chang at all. In that case, he is one of the Dragon Lady's ugly little pals. Well, we'll see about that on tomorrow's transcribed adventure. So join us for the big thrill of the week.